Hi everyone, I am Mr. K. Suresh Kumar, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Department of Science and Humanities. In this session, we see about basic terms used in sampling distribution. In sampling distribution, we use the following terms. First one is population. In statistical investigation, the interest usually lies in the assessment of general magnitude and study of variation with respect to one or more characteristics relating to individuals belonging to the group. This group of individuals under study is called population or inverse. The population may be finite or infinite. Next one is sample. The sample or drawing from population only. So finite subset of statistical individuals in a population is called a sample and the number of individuals in a sample is called sample size. Small and large samples. If sample size is less than or equal to 30, then the sample is known as small sample. If sample size is greater than 30, then the sample is known as large sample. Parameters. Any statistical measure based on all units in the population is called parameter. Population mean, mu, variance, sigma square are called parameters. Next one is statistic. Statistical measures computed from sample observation alone are termed as statistic. Sample mean x bar, variance s square are called statistic. Sampling distribution of statistic. The probability distribution of statistic is called sampling distribution. Standard error. The standard deviation of sampling distribution of statistic is called standard error. It is denoted by SE. Test of significance. Test of significance enable us to decide on the basis of sample results if the standard deviation between the observed sample statistic and the hypothetical population parameter. The deviation between two independent sample statistics is significant or might be attributed to chance or the fluctuation of sampling. For large sample, almost all distribution like binomial, Poisson, etc. can be approximated very closely by a normal probability curve. So we use the normal test of significance for large samples. For small sample, we use T, F and chi-square test. Null hypothesis. A definite statement about the population parameter. Such a hypothesis, which is usually a hypothesis of no difference, is called null hypothesis. It is denoted by H0. Alternate hypothesis. Any hypothesis which is complementary to null hypothesis is called alternative hypothesis. It is denoted by H1. Type 1 and type 2 error. Type 1 error is reject null hypothesis when it is true. Type 2 error is accept null hypothesis when it is wrong. Critical region. A region in the sample space is which amounts to rejection of H0 is termed as critical region of rejection. Complementary of rejection region is called acceptance region. Level of significance. The probability alpha that a random value of statistic t belongs to the critical region is known as the level of significance. Next one is one-tailed and two-tailed test. A test of any statistical hypothesis where the alternative hypothesis is one-tailed, that is right or left-tailed, is called one-tailed test. A test of statistical hypothesis where the alternative hypothesis is two-sided is known as two-tailed test. Critical value or significant value. The value of test statistic which separates the critical region and acceptance region is called critical value or significant value. It depends on the level of significance used and the alternative hypothesis, whether it is two-tailed or single-tailed. Degrees of freedom. This is the difference between number of independent observation and number of constraints. It is denoted by comma. These terms are mostly used in sampling distribution. Thank you.